We're now talking about Saturday Night Live. It's been on for 42 seasons.
This is season 42.
This is 42. There's been 2 episodes of 42. I personally have been watching it for maybe 7 years now, and I've gone back and I've done my excavating of the earlier seasons, of Chris Farley, the
classics.
The classics.
Yeah.
So, when did you first start watching?
Probably early high school when I started getting into it, and then there's just clips online, and there's some reruns on like Comedy Central with all the older stuff. It's hysterical.
That's definitely how I got introduced to it.
Yeah.
Was through all those reruns, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then I started watching like the live stuff, and then I stopped watching for the past like 2 or 3 years. Just I felt like there was a dip in there that I really wasn't finding too much funny.
Bill
Through
Hader left. Bill Hader, Kristen Wiig. As soon as they left, there was a dip. Bobby Moynihan's still there.
It's on the rise again, I feel like.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Yeah,
it is. I like the new talent there. Pete Davidson's pretty funny.
He is funny.
He just doesn't get screen time.
Thompson is a fantastic
Keenan Thompson
Keenan
is.
so
I think
much.
he'll be there forever and always. I feel like he has nothing else to do except be there.
I mean, he went
may
from
be
all
watching right
all that, which was basically SNL.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had kid SNL. He's been doing SNL forever.
Yeah.
Like, since he was born.
The new, like the brand new people this year. Though.
Yeah.
I think there's like 3.
Well, and 2 of the writers for SNL for this season just now are actually 2 YouTube stars that I've followed since like 2005, I think.
Who?
Really?
Like they were like super early. They're called Britannic. So it's Nick Kocher and Brian like Mickle. I don't know how to say his last name.
Oh, dude, I love him.
Yeah, right. Love that guy. But Britannic is their channel name. And so I've been watching their stuff for years, and now they were writing for Always Sunny, actually.
Oh, awesome.
And they just got hired for SNL. And so, like, I was like, oh, I'll watch this. And put on the first 2 episodes, loved it.
This season has been, I think it's been a very good season so
Yeah,
far.
I mean, it's only 2 episodes.
They have a lot
right?
of material to work off with.
Yeah.
As soon like presidential campaigns,
Yeah,
it's a
Yeah,
given
oh
for the
my
cold
God.
open.
Right.
Always guaranteed.
By the way, Alec Baldwin, fantastic Donald Trump. I feel like
I was
he's
surprised by that.
He's very good.
I feel like that's an easy impression to do. I can't do it because I'm not funny.
But it's so easy.
But it's so
But
easy.
it's so easy.
If you're funny, it's easy.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Like I'm not funny.
Funny looking.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
So
Anyway.
All right, what boils down to it? Why do we like SNL so much? What makes it different from other TV shows?
There's a lot of serious topics that they cover between the Weekend Update and like their presidential debate opening monologues, but I feel like they tackle serious stuff and give it a comedic spin to make us all feel very lighthearted and like, just helps us feel better about serious modern day issues. It's very relieving.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
For me, it's all about the live aspects. So the fact that they
Sure.
can mess up at any point, like.
And it makes it funnier.
Yeah, it makes it funnier. For me, like, I grew up acting, so I understand, like, the whole stage presence thing.
Sure.
And, to see someone mess up, it happens to everyone. But to, see it on film and you're, like, start cracking up with them. Jimmy Fallon, that's why he was so great on the shows, because he can never hold it together.
How many people do you see break down on that show, though? Like,
all
even
the
if
time.
it's just a little,
Yeah.
like they can't hold
So
it in
great.
sometimes.
I think my favorite part is seeing like a celebrity, like the host, doing something that they normally don't do.
Yeah,
Like seeing like Tom Hanks do like funny stuff. Like Tom Hanks
Well,
isn't like the
Not a
person.
funny guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he's not
he
the
started out in comedy, but to see him, like, do it now after, like, Apollo 13 and
like
all
a
those.
polished veteran
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
back, and like seeing Donald Trump host like SNL, like
Yeah.
seeing those kind of people like going on and doing something that's not in their element. I think this is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's been running for so long is incredible, and it's been doing the same thing for so many years.
Yeah.
And like people can try and replicate it, but you're always going to be like it's just like SNL.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is the basis of
everything
all
boils
of it.
down to it's just like SNL.
It's
You're
meant to
copying SNL.
be a parody of everyday life. You see, like they do the Weekend Update when they talk about serious stories, but like they'll throw that little twist line in at the end. Like it's meant to be a parody, and that's why it lasts so long.
What is it meant to be, Russ?
Parody.
Parody.
Parody. But specifically for this season.
Yeah.
Because it just started, 2 episodes in. I already saw probably my favorite sketch I've ever seen.
The camping
on SNL.
scene.
The camping skit from.
Yo, you like that one?
I was
so
dying. I was
fun.
actually
I love
crying
Kyle
laughing.
Mooney, by the way.
Yeah,
but-
Kyle Mooney's
yeah,
great.
he's a good
I love Lin-Manuel. But for me, it was the fact that it was super absurd that there was no point to it whatsoever. It was like it was almost like a Monty Python sketch for me, and so I loved it. As soon as like they started joining in, I was like, this is fantastic, and then it just ended. And I was like, I don't know what to do with that. I loved it.
That was pretty funny.
yeah.
I like the Family Feud segment. Keenan Thompson, great
That's
Steve
always
Harvey.
He's a
great.
great, he's a great Steve Harvey.
I can't remember the guy. He's on SNL. I can't remember his name. He was Vladimir Putin.
Oh, it's
yeah,
Beck Bennett.
Beck
Yeah,
Bennett.
yeah, yeah.
Back
He had
then,
a
it was
sh-
a
he
good,
just had his shirt
good
off at the
Vladimir
end.
when he
It
took
was
the shirt off.
Yeah, my
fantastic.
favorite so far is when Margot Robbie was hosting the news report. Where
Oh, yeah.
her husband was like that nerdy guy.
Yeah.
And instead of covering the news, they were like, is he rich or something?
The
wearing
lady in the
Crocs?
studio kept trying to go back to
Yeah.
it, but then they'd be like they'd just be
Excuse me, what's your name? Matt Shat?
the camera would
Yeah.
go down and he's wearing Crocs.
Yeah, I
Oh
mean,
my
the
God.
writing is so creative. The actors pull out brilliantly. It's come to the time now where we need to rate SNL.
The
All
whole
42
thing?
seasons?
Let's do the whole kit and caboodle.
Ooh.
All 42 seasons.
The whole
Just
shellac.
the whole thing overall. Out of how many scoops out of 5 would you rate Saturday Night Live? Out of all the other TV shows you watch.
I'm not really the type of guy to ever give out a perfect score for anything, movies, music, television, but I gotta give SNL a 5 out of 5.
Really?
They've had their ups and downs through 42 years, but you know what?
Everyone does.
They've still been around for 42 years.
Yeah.
That's impressive, and
It doesn't look like they're going anywhere, dude.
definitely not. And they do something that no other television show does. 5 out of 5.
I want to give it a lower score just because, again, I don't believe in the perfect score, and so I'm not going to give it a perfect score because
Okay.
there are those dips. It's not like a completely original idea to do a live like sketch comedy show. It's
Sure.
been done. 4.5. There you go.
All right. I know 3 things are guaranteed in life: is death, taxes, and another season of Saturday Night Live. Because I don't think it'll ever get canceled. I don't think anyone will have the balls to cancel.
But what
Saturday
happens when
Night
Lorne
Live.
Michaels passes away? What happens then?
They're not gonna cancel
Who
it.
continues
though.
it?
It's not like
It's
they're
not gonna be the same, but like
They're gonna continue
sure,
it.
gonna
They're
do it.
gonna
Can't get
continue
rid
it.
of it.
But anyway,
Anyway.
I will concur with you, and I'll give it a 4.5.
I'm gonna say just 4 out of 5.
Well,
That's only that's
I mean,
80, but like
I don't watch it live. I just
Yeah.
don't have that time.
no
but
one has.
Right.
No one
It'll be in the
watches
back
it
of my
live.
mind. Oh, yeah, SNL's on. I can watch it when I do my homework
yeah.
and stuff like that. And like we said, there are those dips, and people usually love the political stuff. I'm not a very political guy, so I try not to.
it's hit or miss.
Yeah, it really is hit or miss. But it's again, I love it as much as you guys do. Maybe not the 5 out of 5, 4.5 range, but I think a 4 out of 5 is still pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to work
That's
for
solid.
SNL.
I
That'd
feel
be
like that's
dream
a
come
good
true.
goal.
that's a
Just-
good
Hit us
goal.
up if you're watching SNL.
Hey,
Right here.
We do things.
Yeah.
we're decent guys.
Yep. We're writers-ish.
Yep.
You know.
I've used a pencil before.
Yeah.
Do they want to hear my Trump impression?
Do it. Do it.
I can't.
Well, okay.